Welcome everybody to the second episode of the Redirect Podcast. I am Devon, 100% of the podcast. To my right is Karan, 0% of the podcast.
It is what it is at this point.
And we're here to bring you...
Just know that I came up with the name for this podcast, so I'm taking the name with me if I leave.
That can't be confirmed. We're here to bring you another great episode to the Redirect Podcast. But before we start, I want to give a shout out to a few people that made comments on the post. Well, first I want to say thank you for everybody that's supported by the likes to our different
the
pages.
listens and all that.
Yeah, the listens, all of that, to Facebook page, to Instagram. We are on Twitter, so go up there and like us up there as well. But we appreciate all the love. It's great to have the support of everybody.
You can follow me too at that Karan guy. Do you even do social media like that for real?
Not really. Just follow Redirect.
Just follow me and the page. You know, just ignore him.
Yeah, I put out my other stuff at a later time. But I want to give a shout out to some special people.
Me, myself, and I. Yeah,
John Trips Jones, Karan's uncle. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the comment about future episodes. Tyler Rentas, went to high school with him. Great dude. Thank you for the comments as well. And Kia Pettis, worked with her. Thank you for the comments on the Instagram.
Also, shout out to my uncle John Trips Jones too.
Him.
Let me finish what I got to say.
Shout him out.
You didn't finish it though.
Go ahead. Give your uncle some love. Go ahead.
Once again, like I stated, shout out to John Trips Jones, and also go support him too. He's doing his own venture too at Rubber Boski. So please go check that out. I'm gonna try to spell that for y'all. I had the shirt on yesterday, but I ain't got it on today. But yeah, go check him out at Robert Boski on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I think he's on Snapchat and all social media platforms. Go check him out.
Thank you for that. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
I do appreciate that.
I need an apology for the.
I need an apology. If you go on our page, you'll see a post about that as well with his information.
You gonna apologize in front of the fans?
I was wrong, and I didn't let you finish, and my bad for that.
Nah, I don't need my bad. I need a true apology.
I am sorry.
I know you are.
See, I'm good enough to do that.
You better be.
I ain't got a big ego.
Cause it's smaller than mine.
Yeah, that's big. Anyways, you can also listen to us on the go. So you don't just have to watch our videos on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or wherever else.
YouTube,
yeah. I forgot about that one. Look for us on YouTube as well. You can listen to us in the car while you taking a shower, because I know you want to hear our voices while you doing stuff like that. It's amazing. But you can listen to us on Spotify, the Anchor app, as well as Pocket Class. We're on those platforms as well.
I want to figure out how to get on iTunes, so we got to look into that too.
Yeah. So at some point, hopefully, we'll get on iTunes. For
personally, I use iTunes.
Exclusive Apple users.
Yeah.
I like Spotify. I got it. If you're a student in college or whatever, you can get Spotify and Hulu for $5 a month, $4.99. So just look into that.
Apple Music too. I'm just saying.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah, they got student deals for Apple Music
both
too.
of them. Hey, save your money. Get these discounts out here.
Or just go to YouTube for free. Whatever tickles your fancy.
I mean, it's kind of easier to do it.
Whatever tickles their fancy. Whoever floats their boat.
We put it out there. You do what you want with it.
As long as you listen. Support.
As long as you listen. I'm talking about for other purposes too. Like, Spotify, you can listen to other music and stuff, as well as Apple Music.
I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about this podcast.
Okay. I want to share something real quick before we kind of dive into everything. I had this moment where I was just kind of like sitting and like not reminiscing, but just like thinking about everything we did with the first episode. And I was like, I'm very proud of us for doing that, because we did it. Like, first episode down, and we planned it for so long. Like I said last time, and we finally did it. And I was like, bro, we already won.
Yeah.
We won. Like, we did it.
Yeah, it's a success. A win.
That's a win. Yeah, that's a win. So
finally planned it, we mapped it out, and we finally executed. Like I said, I think the first time we thought about this really was Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah.
Around that time, Thanksgiving, start looking to equipment and all that.
Got some mics and everything.
Yeah, got a couple of mics, but we only ended up with one mic in the end. Yeah, mic problems and whatnot. But that's neither here or there. But yeah, we executed and we're finally here.
So whether we give you guys 10 more episodes or 1,000 episodes, like, just know we are happy because we did it. Like we actually carried something out, and we're not going to stop. Like we're not going to stop at 10 episodes, but you know, I'm just saying we want to keep. No, we're not. We're going to keep on going. But we would love to have everybody's support. Share the page, share our videos. If you like what we have to say, comment. You know, comment on the videos. We will respond. We want to, like we say, we want to create a community where people feel like their voice is heard, and you can have dialogue with us. If you have ideas for other episodes, put it in there.
Definitely take some ideas and whatnot. Like I said, we want to be a family here.
Yeah. If you have some critiques, let us know about that as well. I know last time I was annoyed because I kept hitting the table, and I was talking to Karan about it. I'm like, that annoyed me, so I'm not gonna do that.
Look where his hands at now.
They down now because I was hitting the table every like 3 seconds, and I could hear it. But you know, don't feel like you can't make those comments. Like we're not that sensitive to the point where we're gonna like start banning people or arguing with people. We ain't about that. That's not what we're here for. We're here for love, peace, and unity. And
speaking on comments, since you brought it up, I did have somebody send me a personal comment about the first episode.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, they said that you look like you be angry when I crack jokes.
Who said that?
Don't worry about that.
I'm gonna ask you about it later.
They said it like you ready to snap at the drop of a hat. I'm like, so it happens to me. It was his angry black man right here.
It was me after the podcast. I'm plotting. That's what it is. I'm plotting. Thank you for pointing it out, because that's what it is. I'm every time he makes a joke, there's one strike in my head. I'm like, all right.
Keep striking them up then. Bone better get a turkey out this bit.
So Karan, you know if he a little different. I'm not. It wasn't me.
Clearly, you just said it was you.
Hey, I did not incriminate myself.
You put microphone right here and you talking right into it. It's too late now.
Anyways, to get started, to redirect our attention on the main topics at hand, Karan, would you agree that it is the job of a friend, loved one, family member to stop an individual from doing something that is not beneficial to their well-being?
I'm gonna say you can't force them to stop, but it's definitely their job to communicate with that person and get them to see, like, okay, this is not healthy. Like, you need to, in a sense, maybe seek some type of help, or you need to stop doing what you're doing because it's not beneficial to you and it's not helping you. So you need to see the light and what's going on. So
you're saying they should at least try?
Yeah, definitely try.
Okay. So here's my question. You're familiar with Orlando Brown, correct?
Yes.
You know, for those of you who don't know him by name, Eddie from That's So Raven. His name was Eddie, right?
Yeah.
Raven's playing on That's So Raven.
Yeah.
Eddie. Yeah.
If you can see into the future. And I'm playing, go ahead.
Why hasn't anyone taken his phone? Like, where's his support group? Where's his friends? Where's his family? I get he's a grown man.
Definitely a grown man.
Yeah, but you know, like, why? Like,
it makes me wonder if do he have real friends there to support him? Mm-hmm. What happened to the relationship with his family? Mm-hmm. You know, is there still a bridge there connected? Mm-hmm. Or do he have people surrounding him that's encouraging him to do these type of things?
That's what I feel. I've looked online. I feel like some people are saying like his behaviors are being promoted for the views.
I can believe that.
Because people find humor in it. Like I said, he's a grown man, so at the end of the day, he's going to do what he wants to do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure there's people in his life that are saying, hey, man, like, that's not a good look. And, you know, I can't really come and take his phone. He pays for it. You know, I can't do that. He's not a child. But at the same time, like, is it the responsibility of others to make sure that he's good and he doesn't put out content? So let's give a little bit of background context.
Okay.
Recently, he's been known to put out videos in the past of saying various different
outlandish things.
Outlandish things, yeah. Recently, he was talking about Nick Cannon. Mm-hmm. And I was saying that Nick Cannon performed oral sex on him. Don't know if it's true. Not here to talk about anything about that. If they have, they have.
I don't believe. But go ahead.
You don't think they have?
Nope.
If they have, they have. You know, if that's what they chose to engage in, that's them. They're two adults, and I hope they were consenting at the time. I don't necessarily believe it either, only because as the second time I watched the video, because the video's online if anybody wants to see it, he says, He said something like, "Didn't want to put me on Wild and Out."
Yeah, sound like a little bitterness or something maybe. Because I don't believe, because looking at his track record, his history, he's been known to say some crazy things.
Yeah.
Like that one interview he had when we talk about Raven. When he gave it that, when he gave it that stuff, I'm like, looking at his track record, it's like, kind of hard to believe. And then seeing nobody's, at least from that era, that time, nobody's really rocking with him. Yeah. Like, I don't see, Raven rocking with him no more. She doing her own thing now, successful.
She's had some.
Well, she has some
stuff too that people.
Well, she's doing her own thing, saying her own things, but nobody's really. You don't never see like no. Personally, I haven't seen like no That's So Raven reunion or nothing like that. No, where the cast is get back together and having a good time.
Well, she has a new show.
Oh, she do. Mm-hmm. I ain't got.
I think it's called Raven's House or something like that. Over the.
That's a new thing they been doing on Disney Channel, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Oh.
The girl Chelsea's up there. And I don't know if they wanted Eddie to be up there and he refused or not, but yeah, I get where you're coming from, because he has a history of kind of saying things that make you like, can I really trust what this guy is saying?
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, I'm watching the video, he didn't really appear like he was under the influence.
No.
But at the same time, I think he does suffer from mental health issues.
I can agree.
So that could be the cause of him, why he says some certain things,
Yeah.
I mean, I know he was on Dr. Phil at one point, talking to him about everything.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, he's been on, he was talking to Vlad one time from Vlad TV, different media outlets, I believe. He just strikes me as someone that is battling, like I said, mental health issues.
Yeah.
And it's really sad to see someone that you've watched growing, or anybody battle with mental health issues. But, you watch him on TV and, things like that. And now you see him with these videos saying all these different things. And it's like, man, like, it just goes to show you how significant it is to, like, make sure that your well-being, your mental well-being is taken care of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very important.
But I liked how Nick Cannon responded to it.
How did he respond? I didn't see a response.
I didn't read all of it. I think it was like tweets or some kind of messages on social media. But he was basically like, it's clear that he's suffering from like mental health issues. The brother needs help, and I hope he gets the help that he needs.
It almost sounds like Nick to the high road. Yeah. Instead of going down to his level and it's like bashing him and stuff like that.
It could have been ugly.
It could have.
Because he could have been like, I ain't that like, name calling and ridiculing and slander. But
I'm glad he didn't, because it seems like Nick has just really been on a whole nother level lately.
Yeah.
Doing his thing, doing what Nick does. So I'm glad he took that high road and like stating like, he needs some help, and basically we should help this man.
Yeah.
Not just keep laughing at him because you think it's funny. I mean, but like I said, need help. Yeah.
And I do want to say, like, parts of the videos he's put out, Orlando Brown, have been humorous, just because, like, when he was like doing the about thing, like,
it's like, what?
Yeah, it's like that. Is that reaction? It's like, what? But him battling with mental health issues and substance abuse problems is not funny.
Yeah,
like, we're not laughing at that. It's just like the small things like that that catch you off guard. Like, what? I remember that song, but right now, like, you doing that right now? So it's tricky.
Yeah,
it's tricky. I can imagine it's hard having somebody like that in your life and wanting to seek help for them when they don't want it.
Yeah, because it's like you can want the help for them all you want, but if they're not willing to change or they don't see nothing wrong with their behavior, they are not going to change, and you cannot force them to change. That's a harsh reality. You can't force somebody to change, no matter how much you want to. You cannot force them. Because you force yourself upon somebody, they're just going to keep pushing away and rejecting, and then they're going to keep doing the things that they want to do even more. Makes it even tougher for them to change.
I think that's a good life lesson right there too. If you take it out of like the conversation of mental health and substance abuse issues, just people in general who are having issues, or maybe they're doing something that you don't feel like is healthy.
Yeah,
you can't make them change.
You can't.
They have to be willing to change by themselves.
As I learned in school, change is a cycle. It's like a process. It's like 6 stages to change.
Okay.
The first step is pre-contemplation. It's basically where they don't see nothing wrong with their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, like people like Orlando Brown could be in that stage. I see nothing wrong, so I'm gonna keep doing what I do. Granted, everybody else might see something wrong, but if he don't, it ain't no problem to him then.
Yeah.
Then the second stage is what? Contemplation. It's now they starting to be aware of what might be wrong. Like, I might be messing up a little bit. I might need to change some behaviors or something.
Yeah.
And then third stage, I believe, is preparation. Now they're trying to, let's see what I can do to get some help and whatnot. Fourth stage is the action phase. So now they're using the resources, the tools necessary that they have to basically to make steps towards that change. 5 is maintenance, and that's basically just maintaining the action phase and maintaining the change.
Yeah.
And then the last step is relapse, and that's they might have a hard fallback, a soft fallback when they might go back into their old habits, and then now they just got to work their way back up through the process again. And really, at any step in the process, you can fall behind. It doesn't have to go in the full circle. Then now I'm at relapse phase. Now I'm supposed to fall back. No, you can get to stage 3 and go back. Yeah, go back. So it's just like a constant working cycle that you got to keep working on. And I believe that I don't think he's shown that there's a problem, so I would say that he's probably in the pre-contemplation stage. So he don't see nothing wrong. So therefore, he keeps posting these videos every blue moon and keep doing him.
So you say you believe he's in pre-contemplation?
Yeah, where he doesn't see nothing wrong.
Gotcha, because he continues to put out the videos.
Yeah.
I have to say this. As you were talking, I was trying to keep a straight face while at the same time not appear angry. Because now that comment is in my head. So I'm trying not to look like I'm mad. The whole time I was like, look like not serious, but be serious when you talk about something serious.
I didn't even crack a joke or nothing. That's just how you know.
I know, but I was just like...
It's like, you used to angry black man.
I didn't want to.
What stage you in?
I'm in contemplation now because I'm thinking about it.
Seek you some help.
I'm thinking about it. I'm like, don't look angry, Devon. But as somebody that wants to support someone going through those stages, what should you do? What can you do?
To support somebody in those stages, so basically just meet them where they at.
Okay.
Yeah, to really just meet them where they at. You don't want to, like say, try to drag them along somewhere, and you don't want to belittle them. Like, come on now, you really got to get this stuff together, because you keep up. But you just want to meet them where they at, and make sure you're being genuine with them, being empathic with them. You don't want to. Like I said, just don't be overbearing. Really, just like I said, meet them where they at.
How do you meet them where they at? You mean like go to their location?
Now dang well that's not what
I know what you mean, but they may not know what you mean.
Well, since you know what I mean, explain what I mean then. Go.
About meeting the person where they're at?
Yeah.
I think it's understanding their limitations. No? Not understanding?
No, I'm just shaking my head because your computer going off.
I mean, you know me. I know what it means. Understanding their limitations and being empathetic and providing support and care in a way to where, like you said, you're not like another source of stress, because they're already dealing with the stress of the addiction or the mental health issue.
A lot of times they might think they don't have nobody there supporting them. Yeah. Really, they got people supporting them all the way.
Yeah.
People don't know how to support in ways that they should be supporting this particular person.
And I know it's hard. It has to be hard to see anybody that you love or care about like suffer through substance abuse issues. Or
cause I know some people might say for example, you see somebody battling alcohol addiction and the family don't really know much about it, so they're gonna be like, man, just put the bottle down, man. You ain't gotta drink, man. Dang, come on, man. I'm trying to help you.
It's easy.
Just put it down. It might not be that easy for them, so they need more. So they need some real support instead of saying just put the bottle down. I'm trying to snatch it from them now. You might make them angry and aggressive. Then things might happen you don't want to happen.
Do you remember that show Intervention? Did you ever watch it?
Nope.
You never watched it?
Nope.
Do you know what it's about?
Nope. I'm assuming it's about interventions.
Yeah, I was about to say it's about interventions. So I was going to ask you, does that work? Because in the show, like, they would meet with like.
Is that the one with they made a meme of that one black guy, the best cry ever?
I think so.
He was like, but deep down,
yeah,
I still love you.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think that's what it is. Well, I think it's from that. Does that work?
I can see it kind of working. I can see that putting them, somebody that's in the pre-contemplation stage into the contemplation stage.
Okay.
So now all your loved ones is like you see no problem in the pre-contemplate stage, and then all your loved ones come together and to have an intervention, and they just expressing themselves. So now they bringing awareness to the issue and trying to let you see what's wrong. Like see if you can actually like, shine light on yourself. Okay, now I've seen how this affecting the people in my life, my loved ones and everything. Okay, it is becoming an issue.
Yeah.
But for some people that just sometimes it don't work.
Yeah.
Not one thing works for everybody.
Yeah. Okay.
That's one thing you gotta remember.
Is relapsing, from what if I heard you correctly, relapsing is something that happens a lot.
Yeah, it can happen a lot.
Okay.
And some people don't know. Some people are able to stay sober and stuff, make changes, but some people sometimes have those little hiccups, the little bumps in the road. Yeah. Relapse, or the way we look at the way that I think that people look at relapse is when they think of like drugs and stuff like that, and just relapsing. I would go, for me personally, I would say no, relapsing can be for anybody. Like, okay, you say you wasn't going to eat sugary snacks. You made it 2 weeks now, then you see that honey bun, like, the honey bun looking kind of thick, kind of ice and glazed, just the way I like it.
2 C's.
Yeah, extra thick. And you eat that honey bun, and now you done relapse. You broke what you was trying to do, and now you got to start back over. I believe relapse can be for any way you put it. Yeah.
Okay. So it's not just drugs, specific to drugs.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you look at it the way I just put it, then yeah.
Okay. I think that's important to know, because I know when I've thought about substance abuse and trying to like recover from that and not use anymore, when I would think about relapse, and I'm like, it's all over. Like once you relapse, it's done.
What do you mean by done?
Like if you're working towards let's say it's the drug is meth. You're working towards not using meth anymore, and you have a relapse, like it's over. Like you have like it didn't work.
Everything you work for is over.
Yeah, that's what I used to think. Mm-hmm. So is that?
No, like I said, it's a cycle, man. Like I said, relapse is part of the cycle, and not everybody's going to relapse, but some people are going to relapse. They might take a hard fall or a soft fall, and they just got to be able to be resilient and try to bounce back.
Gotcha.
Because it's all a part of life.
Yeah. I think that's good. I think that was very informational. I didn't know about all that stuff. Mm-hmm. And I like how you applied it to like real world stuff. Yeah. And I think we relapse all the time.
I told you what, them 64 days in gym.
Yeah. That's
64 days. Boy, we go
60 last time.
60? Well, I try to wait.
They add more days. Yeah, but we do that because we'll be good. Not to compare us going to the gym with people dealing with significant issues like
we just applying it to our lives.
Real world stuff. So like we go to the gym for 2 weeks straight.
Yeah.
And then we don't go.
By 2 weeks straight, he does not mean 14 days straight. I can tell you that right now.
No.
It might be like 6 days out of them 2 weeks.
We went 3 days each week.
Yeah.
Or maybe 8.
Cause we went 14 days straight. Boy, I be
I already shoot.
This podcast with my shirt off, boy. I wasn't there now.
But that's something that people can use to relate to that. It's like but then when we recover, like you said, and be like, hey, bro, we ain't been in a week. It's time to go back.
Back in there, yeah.
Okay. So that's recovering from the relapse.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we back in that that action phase now. The action phase is like, okay, now we back in the gym. And then the maintenance phase, okay, now we got to maintain this gym life now.
Now you tapping the table.
I didn't tap it. That's what you said. Welcome back to a first episode.
Hey, you better stop. I had my hands down here for a reason.
We going to trigger. Angry black man.
Have me start tapping the table.
We start relapsing. This hand is used for more things than just tapping the table.
Anyway. Did you see the video or hear about former NBA star Delonte West?
Yes, I did. I saw it on Instagram.
Okay, what were your thoughts when you saw it?
First
can you explain for people that haven't seen it?
You brought it up.
I mean, you say you seen it,
but clearly you seen it first.
I just
you've seen it more times than I have.
I mean, I have seen it.
Just go ahead and explain it to him.
Anyways, a police officer recorded Delonte West. He was involved in a fight on like a highway or something. And they were just recording him as they were talking to him. He was handcuffed, sitting down on a curb, and he just kind of seemed disoriented and out of it. And I think the cop is now getting in trouble for his recording because they were like, he wasn't supposed to be doing that. That's kind of it is an invasion of his privacy.
Yeah.
His face wasn't bleeped out or anything. I don't know if he was he didn't appear at that time to be in a condition to give consent.
Yeah.
And I don't know if he did afterwards. But so that's what happened in the video. At one point he says like he's the president, which we know he isn't. What were your thoughts?
My first initial thought, like, that really Delonte West? I had to look at an old picture, like, this is what he used to look like. And then, like, clearly,
he clearly looks different.
Yeah. And like, I like, when watching, I was like, clearly he needs some type of help. Because from one, he went from a NBA basketball player to
numerous teams. He played with LeBron at some point.
Yeah.
I remember there was a story about him and LeBron.
Bring extra stuff up now. But went from an NBA player, making good money.
Yeah.
Now, you in the media multiple times, being reported, homeless and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or not having money at all.
Battling with substance abuse issues again. Yeah. And also, I believe he came out and the family came out saying that he also has a bipolar disorder.
Mm-hmm.
So he was dealing with that mental health diagnosis and then
substance abuse.
Yeah. So it's so sad. Like I said before, when you see anybody.
Yeah.
But he's somebody that's known nationally.
Yeah. And
same with Orlando Brown. You see somebody that was in this state at one point in time, and then you see them again, and you see the effects that continued substance use has on those people. Like, he's noticeably more thin. Mm-hmm. When he's talking, you can kind of tell like he ain't not all the way there.
I can understand what he was saying for real.
Yeah, because like I say, we know he ain't the president.
Yeah, so. I was like, this man needs some type of help right now. He needs support. He needs help.
One of the conversations that people online were having was that the NBA needs to help him. Mm-hmm. NBA needs to help him. This is what they're saying. NBA needs to help him, and his former teammates need to help him as well. Now, I saw as well that at least the Celtics were like, we offered him a job, and I think he did have a job with them one time as a scout in the DC area, but they were like, it didn't last long because he would be late, I think, or he wouldn't show up to some of the jobs or whatever. Mm-hmm. So that kind of like went away after a while. So it looks like at least one team tried to help.
Yeah.
But is it the job of the NBA to assist, or any job for that matter, to assist their employees when they're dealing with those kind of challenges?
I wouldn't necessarily say it's their job, like they're obligated to do so, but it almost sounds like it's the humane thing to do. Like, look out for one another, the golden ticket, golden rule, and all that. But I wouldn't necessarily say it's their job, but it would be nice if they had programs lined up in place to help these, players who retire and stuff like that, so they don't go through like. I know there's been players with gambling addictions and, like I said, substance abuse, mental health, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if they had programs lined up for these people to help them in their time of need when they need it. Mm-hmm. That's what I think. What you think?
What do you think would happen to an employee at Walmart if they were dealing with the same thing? Do you think Walmart will reach out to help?
I feel like that. Ultimately, I would like to say no, but I feel like that'd be like a case-by-case type of thing, depending on how good the relation.
Walmart with the managers and everything.
I mean, like, what are their relationships to this particular employee? He's been here long. He's really part of the team. He's your family. Yeah. But then it might, even if it falls on corporate might.
I feel like it's too many people at that point, and then you would always be helping somebody.
I feel like at that point it would be the employees themselves trying to help the person.
Like you said, it'd be like on a smaller level. It'd be like the supervisor at that store saying, hey, Karan's falling on hard times, let's help him out. Mm-hmm. Versus like corporate. Because then, like, I feel like everybody should be helped, but I feel like if corporate helps one person, then they have to help everybody. And there's Walmarts everywhere, and there's so many employees, and if you start helping Walmart, then everybody has to get it. Like, somebody could be like, well, shoot, I need help on my rent. Like, you gonna help me with that? Like, I think we saw that with the Celtics, almost like a supervisor. Like, hey, like, we gonna help him because he was with our organization. We valued him here. Obviously, could we offer him a job? They didn't have to.
Yeah, they didn't.
And let's see what happens with that. Unfortunately, it seems like that fell through, which just kind of goes into like the battles with substance abuse, if that was the case, or the mental health issues. Yeah. I don't think the NBA has. I don't know, but I know I always hear a conversation about athletes blowing through money and stuff like that. So I'd be curious to find out if they have any programs that assist their players with maintaining stable lives.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
I think that would be best. Like the players could form some type of organization for players, players for players type thing.
What, National Basketball Association? They have like a
National Basketball Association. That's the NBA.
Yeah, but there's another group within that. Remember, Derek Fisher was like the president.
A part of it, that's when they went to the whole lockout
players
thing.
Yeah. So I wonder if they are doing anything for players.
No clue.
Yeah.
But then again, it will also lead back to we don't know. We seen what's presented to us. Now, they could have tried to help. There could have been multiple players try to help.
Yeah.
And if Delonte West is not really trying to receive the help, still in that pre-contemplation stage, he's not trying to get the help, don't see no problem. Yeah. There's not so much that somebody can do.
Yeah,
it sounds, I don't want to sound bad, but that's almost the reality of it.
That's an unfortunate thing. Yeah. Like you said, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make it drink.
Exactly.
And sometimes the best things we can do is just plant seeds. Like we see that in our work all the time. Like we have clients that we work with, and they're not always receptive to what we're presenting or the techniques that we're trying to give them.
Don't get me started on work.
But
I feel like, I know for me, I think I tell you this all the time. I tell everybody, I come into these schools, I feel like I come in with this knowledge that you can have to help you succeed in life, and I'm trying to give it to you. Like, it's shiny, take it, and you just keep pushing away. Like, no, I don't want that, Mr. Walker. I'm like, but you need it. It can help you. Like, I wish I had this when I was your age, but they just don't want it. And like, I know I can't force it on them, but all I can do is, like I said, plant them seeds and keep trying.
Plant them seeds and keep them.
And the crazy thing is, like, whenever I leave a job working with kids, it's like the whole time I'm working with them, it's like they want to be knuckleheads and give me a hard time. Yeah. Granted, I know them; they don't mean it in a sense, but that's what they're doing the whole time. Yeah. But when I'm leaving, they find out that I'm leaving. They sad, like, Mr. Walker, we want you to stay. Like, why can't you stay? Like, just come back, Mr. Walker. I'm like, I can't. No, I got to continue on my path now. Like, I wish I would have been like this from the jump, in a sense. But I understand that y'all kids, y'all going to be resistant.
They kind of can't in some cases. They can't show you that.
Yeah.
So that's another thing too to take into account. Like, sometimes while you're planting those seeds and while you're helping, you're not going to receive the thank you right then and there, and that's hard. Yeah. That's always hard. Because it's like, I'm helping you. Like, you better tell me thank you. Like, we understand in our field, like, that's just the case. Like, we do it because that's what we signed up for. Yeah. Like, this is what we want to do. For people that are dealing with friends and family that have those issues, like, sometimes you just gonna have to bite the bullet and be like, I know they mean well. Yeah. They're just not in a place where they can give me that thanks. And they might give it to you later. Like, how many times have we heard stories of that where people are like, man, the words you gave me, like, I know at that time I didn't want to hear it. I may have cursed you out, whatever, X, Y, and Z. But, a year later, like, it really resonated with me, and I've changed my life as a result. Like, I know when you get those moments when those kids are like, Mr. Walker, you leaving? Like, I don't want you to go. Like, stuff like that. You feel good, right?
Yeah, I had some elementary school kids. They were some ride or dies. Like, once they found out that I was having issues with the boss of the company I was with, them kids are ready to fight him. These are elementary school kids. They're ready to fight for Mr. Walker. Like, Mr. Walker, boy, that's him right there, Mr. I'll go there and do something right now. I said, calm down, buddy. Like, you can't be doing all that. But in the back of my head, like, y'all just don't know. I got these my squad right here. This, the Walker crew. Like, y'all ain't ready.
Terrible.
But it's like good to see, like, okay, I made that connection with them, and like that just makes me smile. Yeah. It was tough leaving them kids behind work. I was there for like over 2 years, and watching them kids cry made me cry. It was sad.
Make you sad now, ain't it?
Yeah. They wrote me like goodbye letters and everything. Every now and then I go back and just read on it. Look at them. Yeah, sad. But to know like they were ready to ride for Mr. Walker. That felt good. Granted, I couldn't have them out there participating and all that stuff, but like just knowing, like,
sounds like you wanted.
Anyway, I'm not gonna speak on that, but I wouldn't want no kids try to fight my battles for me because I don't participate in aggressive things and stuff like that. So I always try to tell them that's not the way.
Yeah, it's not. Don't do it. It's not worth it.
And I might have a mental image in my head that's different, but that's not the way.
Yeah, not worth it.
What Goku and them have a little image training. They sit down, just battle in their head. That's what I be doing sometimes. Boy, I be shooting all kinds of powers out my hands. Like, you want to fight me? I be charging. What? I be winning. I'm like 100-0 in my head right now.
I think I might need to give you an intervention. You might need some help.
I don't want a couple of battles against you in my head too. Just so you know. That's how you push me down to basketball. I went home and image trained that night.
here you go with a slander on my name. Like, this is why that person thinks I'm looking at you like I want to attack you, because obviously you've been telling them some stuff. I don't know who you are, but I'm not a fighter.
You just
put
like
that out.
You just look aggressive. Like,
I don't
ready
know.
to snap.
I probably just was thinking. That's my thinking face.
Your angry thinking face.
Don't be judgmental of how I look when I think.
No judgment here.
It sounded like it was.
I got a challenge for you.
What?
Keep your hands on the table for 5 minutes without thinking about it.
About tapping?
Without tapping or without even thinking about your hands. Not continue on. No, both hands. I said hands.
I can't do that.
No, don't tap, hit, nothing. Just look, your fingers ready to move.
I did it because I didn't make a noise.
All right. Now go and continue on.
Okay. All right. Continue.
Continue on what we were talking about.
Let me redirect you.
Go ahead.
Talking about substance abuse issues and mental health issues.
Go ahead.
I know this is something that has grown in popularity, and I think it's something that needs to be brought up. Here at Redirect, we care about all communities. That's not phasing me. We care about all
Clearly
communities.
it is. You looked at it.
But obviously, myself and Karan belong to the Black community. Mm-hmm. So, we feel like it's important to also shed light on issues that we experience in our lives growing up and in our communities at large. And I know dealing with mental health is something that is challenging in the Black community at times. There's a stigma around receiving services, therapy, counseling, receiving help. I know sometimes our egos don't allow us to ask for help sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to go and tell them that I'm...
Sometimes we gotta be like Vegeta and hold it, like, take our pride.
Yeah, you gotta like...
My pride. Can't out of my pride.
That's your second Dragon Ball Z, bro. That's your third of all time with the podcast. Excuse me, with the podcast.
Clearly you need to change my pop figure to... But you need to get Vegeta back there now and put him up here.
You need to get Vegeta.
You the one got all the pops back there.
Anyways, why do you think that's an issue? Why is it hard for us in the Black community to talk about mental health issues? Why is there stigma around receiving services? And what can we do to make that better?
Why, first of all? Mm-hmm. Do you think that could stem back all the way to like slavery times and whatnot? To not want to talk to the slave master, come around, look at your child or whatever, and oh no, he just being crazy, because he's scared might get taken away or something like that. And we just been brought up like that, keep it to yourself, keep it within the family, men don't share, keep it in.
Yeah.
Which is tough, I know for me personally, if I hold it in, it just get bottles up, my chest get tight, and it's stressing my body out.
It's not healthy.
Yeah, not at all.
I'm so glad you went back that far, because that history is my thing.
Well, go ahead and talk about it.
To talk about trauma. We're going to talk about trauma in the Black community. Trauma.
We're not even talking about mental health. We're talking about trauma.
There have been studies that have shown that trauma is passed
down.
Yeah, passed down to generations. So everybody has some trauma that's been passed down. Mm-hmm. They even talk about it coming all the way back from our ancestors, like dealing with early ancestors, dealing with the dangerous animals at that time and how that has affected us.
Could you imagine this chilling in a giant crocodile that's pop out the water?
I can. The stress that will cause. The stress that will cause. So take that into account, that all humans already have some trauma that's been passed down. Then you bring into the picture the slave trade. Mm-hmm. Little history lesson, real quick, because Black History Month coming up. They did not take slaves from Africa. Mm-hmm. They took people. They took people. They took farmers. They took scientists. They took herbalists.
I'm glad you say that, because every time we do talk about that, they got slaves from Africa.
Yeah.
That's just a new perspective for me. Like, no, they took people.
Now, granted, some were already enslaved in Africa, and then they were enslaved again.
Their slavery was different.
Captured people too. Yes.
Yeah.
See that? Oh, don't get me into that. We gonna go.
All right, let's keep on.
Boy, we gonna stand up for Black History. Boy, yeah, we gonna say slavery for Black History Month, which is coming up.
First of the month, Karan, we gotta get together.
February 1st is on Saturday. But they didn't. They took in most cases, I would imagine it wasn't all enslaved people that were then taken. It was, like I said, farmers, doctors, etc., and brought them here and enslaved them. The slavery in Africa wasn't chattel slavery. That's the form of slavery that was in America, which dehumanized people. So now you have this new trauma of chattel slavery where you're not a human, you're not a person, and I treat you as an animal. I can do with you what I want. I'm abusing you. Rape is rampant. Physical abuse, physical neglect. They weren't eating the best meals.
Yeah.
They didn't have the best living conditions. They were working probably sun up to sundown.
Yeah.
I think some plantations allowed them to have a day off. I don't know if that was across. I don't think that was a norm. I don't know. I had to do more research on that. But those kind of conditions over years, decades, creates trauma.
Yeah.
Which then gets passed on and passed on and passed on and passed down.
Yeah.
To our communities today.
Yeah.
So we have all this trauma that's within us. And I'm glad this research is coming out now, because now it's like we have a basis. We're traumatized people.
Yeah.
Living in America. Not to mention the trauma that we deal with now. We went through the trauma of slavery. We went through the trauma of Jim Crow. Went through the trauma of battling the segregation wars. Went through the trauma of integration, because then we had to fight with people with trying to be in their space. And now the trauma of, we can also say convict leasing, the trauma of police brutality, and everything that's going on now, racism, oppression, etc. So we deal with all those things, which has caused a lot, in my opinion, a lot of mental health issues within the Black community. That is uncomfortable to deal with.
Boy, why don't you just go back to school and get your doctorate?
Boy, man, if I go back to school, y'all, it's gonna be for African American studies.
Go ahead and get your doctorate, man.
It's gonna be for
you. Sound passionate.
Yeah,
I said slavery. You said slavery. All right, let me tell you now, brother man.
Let me tell you about slavery. Let me tell you about trauma. But yeah, like that's my first love, man, is our history and culture. But to get back on track, if you can imagine, as we learn in our classes and in the field, like any kind of trauma is uncomfortable, and most times people don't want to talk about it.
A lot of people don't know how to deal with it.
Yeah, you can imagine like the people that were newly freed. Not wanting to talk about the horrors of slavery. Yeah. So then you just don't talk about it. You still have issues because you went through it, but now you pass it on. And now sometimes it gets to the point where you don't even know why you have these issues. It's generational trauma. And that's one thing I feel like we need to work on as a community.
So that made me think about the whole make sure you win before the lights out, the street lights out and all that.
Yeah. What they call them? I forgot, sundown towns or something like that.
Something like that. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, where if you were out past a certain time, like, the KKK be out there, kill you or whatever. Man, even we talk about whippings. Boy, you better stop if I give you a whipping. Where do you think that come from? Man. Like, honestly, where do you think that comes from? All these different things. You done lost your cotton picking mind. Who you think was saying that? The master. We continue to say these things, not even really understanding
where they come from, the history of it.
So learn your history. Not even if you're a Black person. Learn your history if you're a white, Asian, Arabic.
If you're a person.
Native American. If you're a person, learn your family history and then learn the history of your people, because that'll give you more insight on you and the conditions of your communities. And learn the history of your country. That'll give you some insight as well. But things that we can do to make it better. Let's normalize therapy.
Yeah.
We need it.
So what you saying there right there leads me to my next question.
Yes.
Who do you think can benefit for seeking help, like therapy, seeing counselors or that type of help? Who do you think can benefit?
Everybody. It doesn't just have to be somebody that has a bipolar disorder. It can be someone that is dealing with the stresses of life.
I would say the daily life of stress.
Yeah. Somebody that's like, I'm stuck. I don't know what to do. I just graduated. I have $50,000 in debt. I can't find a job that I like. I don't know what to do. Yeah. You can go to therapy. You don't have to go to therapy every week. You can go once a month. Yeah. And then receive assistance. Yeah. Well, what are your thoughts on that?
I think everybody could benefit from it. people like me could benefit from it. Even though I'm going to school to be a counselor, it's still good for somebody in training to seek no extra help. No, everybody dealing with their daily issues, and I have my own daily issues and whatnot. There could be some things that I could benefit from going to see somebody. Have I been yet? No, probably should have been already. But granted, my excuse is, which shouldn't be an excuse, that work full time, school full time, and life full time. I don't have the time and stuff. But at some point in my life, I would like to go and just talk to somebody, get help. 'Cause I know there's some things that I deal with. Like, I feel like I'm very guarded at times, certain things when I'm not very emotional, expressive, and a lot of stuff. So I get behind that and stuff, try to figure out why, so I can become a better version of me.
Yeah.
But I think everybody could benefit from it. Like I said, high school, 18-year-old who just graduated high school, don't know what to do with life. Instead of trying to be forced to go to the military, trade school, college, or whatever, you can go talk to somebody and figure out what you really want. Go speak to a career counselor or something. Let's do some career aptitude tests or whatnot to see what can help you out, what some of your interests are. Like anybody, like I said, you just working every day and you tired of living this type of life, and then it's like, I'm done. Like, I need to go talk to somebody.
Children, adults, people in the later years of life, especially if there's things going on like divorce. Excuse me, if somebody's passed on in the family and you just can't seem to get over, there's grief counseling. I want to say this to you though. I think you should go. I think you should make it a goal in this year to find somebody. I
don't know about this year just yet. Mainly because, like I said last episode, quit my job. So that means what? No income. No insurance. No nothing. So I'm just mainly focused on school. So if I do go, I'm going to have to find the funds to basically pay full price.
Pay for it out of your pocket.
And that's going to be another stressor just to get the counseling. And I'm not trying to add another stressor as of right now.
I want to talk about that too for a second. But before I say that, and I hope I didn't make you uncomfortable when I said that, because it's coming from love. I went to therapy, and I went. And the therapist that I had, she helped with career counseling. She helped with like just daily stresses of life. Talked about like different things, and I feel like it helped me. There's some things that I took away from that I still live by, because I don't go anymore, but there was certain insight she provided me about myself that I'm like, yeah, that is true. And I feel like in order for therapy to be its most beneficial, like, you have to be willing to accept yourself, how you are, meet yourself where you are, and be open, and just be receptive to what's being said to you. Because if you come in there defensive and I know everything, then it's not going to be the most beneficial for you.
I will say this too. I know we talk about this a lot. It could be somebody in your life that tell you this every single day of your life, but sometimes you just need to hear it coming from somebody else. You need to hear it come from somebody else. And that can, it don't have to be a therapist, counselor. It could be some random person walking down the street. They might notice it and they might say it to you, and that might make you open your eyes up. Something like, oh, people have been telling me this for a long time. Maybe I do need to look into this a little bit.
I've heard that so many different times. Sometimes you're just too close to somebody. Like, I don't.
They don't take you. They kind of don't take you serious enough.
No,
that's just Devon saying that every day. He say that every time he see me.
But if you have insurance, check with your insurance provider and see what therapists are in your network, so you don't have to pay as much. And some people do a sliding scale. You might be able to do like a pro bono service for a while, which is basically going to see a counselor for free pretty much. I don't know how every counselor agency does things differently. So like you said, you got to figure out who's around you, your network, and what can you get. Because I know why some people don't go is because of money, like you mentioned, which is, it's sad, it's a tragedy, because we need that help. We need that assistance.
I was told at my college that we can get a couple of free sessions there, but I heard it'd be so backed up and you won't get seen for like maybe a month or two out.
I can imagine.
And that's too far.
I
mean, granted,
especially when you need it right then.
Need it right there. Like, for somebody like me, okay, I'll come back a month or two later. I ain't really stressing about it right now, so I just come back and talk about it later. But for other people who are going through something right then and there, they might need that services now.
I understand it, but that is another resource for those that want to use it. If you're in school, some colleges offer free therapy. So utilize it. utilize your friends as well and develop some healthy coping skills.
So that leads me to the ending topic. We're talking about coping skills using your family. Self-care. What is self-care, Devon?
Taking care of yourself.
Taking care of yourself. Why is that important?
Man, if you don't take care of yourself, who else will? Like,
I tell that people all the time. And it's crazy because even though I'm in a grad school program for counseling, I'm in school with other people who go through their daily life stresses. And sometimes some of them, they just don't believe in taking care of themselves.
Yeah.
Because that actually happened last semester. Somebody... Now, I'm not going to talk about that because I'm not...
Yeah, I kind of get where you're probably going.
Yeah, but there's people who don't believe putting themselves first before other people. So they have families or whatever they trying to take care of, grandparents or whatever they trying, and they believe they gotta give them their all before they can even tune to themselves. But if you don't take care of yourself, how can you take care of somebody else?
Yeah.
So, what are some forms of self-care that you engage in?
Me personally, I mean, y'all probably see the guitars on the wall. I'm not a pro, but when I pick them up, you know, sometimes it's just everything around me is not really there, and I just kind of focus on what I'm doing there, playing the guitar, plucking the strings, or playing a song that I enjoy. Meditation is probably my biggest one that I do on a daily basis, and I sit, I focus on my breath, I focus on the body. Sometimes I focus on my thoughts or emotions, and I'm there, I'm present. You know, a lot of anxiety and stress comes from living in the past and living in the present, which isn't here. Like, the past has already happened. And the future's not here yet. So being present helps me out a lot as well. My mindfulness training. Talking to you. Like, I know we've had, not to say that our conversations could take the place of therapy, but we've had therapeutic conversations where I've talked to you about certain things that's going on, and it makes me feel better afterwards. You know?
Just let you know that get it now while you can, while it's free.
It's always gonna be free for me.
Wait till I get my license, boy. Once I come to LPC,
I'll find your office, boy. I'm gonna be like, hey, I need this time now.
You wanna kick my client out? Go get,
come back later.
Get gone.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. But yeah, those are a few for me. What about you?
I would say realizing last year one of the biggest self-care things that I can participate in for myself is when I go to band practice. I always complain that I don't want to go. I didn't practice. They're going to kick me out of the band. I might as well just quit now because I ain't doing right. But not to get stressed out. And then when I go and play music with other people, after I just feel good. Like, you know what? I'm glad I came for these 2 hours. Like, I feel so much better now. I can just go home and just relax now. Like, so music for me has been a big one. Yeah, been a big one. I won't say number one, but it's been a big one.
That's cool.
I would say some of mine, probably not the best, but it works for me. Kind of sometimes just going to sleep. Just kind of like, you know what? Let me just put this stress to the side and take care of myself and just catch a little bit of Z's real quick. Because I'm tired. I had a long day and I need to relax. Music is a good one for me. And being around friends is when I, like I said, you know, just
being
talking.
Around me. That's what you mean when you say
I got more than one friend.
It's just me.
I got more than one friend.
Okay.
But you just happen to be the one closest to me right now. So you get most of my attention. Talk to my friends, know that helps me out a lot too.
Yeah.
Because I'm able to get stuff off my chest sometimes and actually share. Yeah, so that's some. And I like taking, during the summertime, I like taking nightly drives.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't done that in a long time.
Yeah, we got to get back on that.
I mean, life has just been, as you get older, life just get more stressful.
Don't I know?
I did not ask for all this.
Don't I know?
I thought I was going to be doing good. I'm going to be 21. I'm going to have my own apartment. It's going to be me, my Xbox, and I'm going to be chilling.
Life said, nope.
I got the Xbox, but ain't doing much chilling. Straight work.
As we close, I want to kind of give out some resources for the people to use. If you yourself are dealing with mental health issues or substance abuse issues, or you know somebody...
Well, man, you just cut me off. But go ahead. No, go ahead.
Or you know somebody close to you that's dealing with it.
Before you go, real quick, I want to congratulate you for 5 minutes of no tapping. I don't know if you realized it, but you did take your hands back down, though.
I'm a winner.
Yeah, all right.
Anyways, resources for people that are dealing with these things, whether it's you or somebody else. You can check out your local community service board. It's usually a building. You can do a quick search on your city, Virginia.
Maybe the human resources.
Yeah, human resources, social services, or just do a quick search for like substance abuse programs or therapy in my area. Psychology Today is a great resource to find therapists because you can look at the little bios and see what they offer and see what therapy.
Basically like Facebook for counselors and whatnot.
That's how I found my therapist. But use your resources and use the people around you and take care of yourself because it's so important. We could talk about this for hours on end about mental health and therapy and everything else, but for the purpose of this episode, we're gonna come to a close. Thank you guys for following, watching, liking, sharing, subscribing to the YouTube page.
Go ahead and comment with us. We'll talk back or not. We'll try not to be shy.
What do you want to hear us talk about? Like I talked to Karan about what his uncle and Tyler said. Like we're gonna incorporate that into an episode next month. Like I feel like that's important.
Yeah.
I won't say should I say the topic now?
We can save it for him.
Yeah, we'll save it for him. But just know we hear y'all. Like, and if it works, we're gonna put it in there.
Yeah.
So
we want to make this a good community.
Yeah. So thank you everybody again. This is the second episode. We are going to bring you many more. We're going to improve as we move along. And I have fun.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
Peace.